Ooh. Yeah. It's that time again. RL and Jenny on the mic, let's go. Welcome to the show where the people get heard. Everyday voices, every thought, every word.
Entertainment, politics, love and life. We break it all down every Tuesday night.
If you wrote a new book or you're building up a dream, got an organization or a message for the team,
pull up a chair, come and share what you know. We open up the floor, let the conversation grow.
It's Overflow,
the Everyday People Show.
With RL and Jenny, yeah, they always keep it real, you know. At 7 p.m. Eastern time, we go live. Tune in, tap in.
Let your story come alive, overflow.
Let your voice overflow. From the headlines to the hard lines, we talk about it all. Real folks, real stories, no topic too big or small. Overflow, the Everyday People Show. RL and Jenny, let the conversation flow. Every Tuesday at 7. Every Tuesday at 7. Every Tuesday at 7. Overflow.
Everything you ever go.
And welcome back to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. This is the only show where me, you, and your mama and your cousin too get to come on and just chop it up. I'm your boy Earl, and she's your girl who?
Jenny.
From the block. What's up, Jenny from the block? What's going on?
Everything. Just enjoying my summer. Enjoying it. Just still in that mode. And relaxing and enjoying my summer. I'm telling you, just every day. No stress. Just not doing too much. Just relaxing.
That's all going on? That's all you got to say?
Well, I'm just all about self-care right now. So all the stuff that go on in the news, I'm paying attention, but I'm just focusing on self-care right now.
What does self-care look like? When people say self-care, what they be talking about?
Okay, so for me, getting up, maybe not at 5 o'clock in the morning, but maybe 9. And you know, I get up at 5 and 6 because I have to, but I get up at 9 o'clock and I'm okay with that.
But you hear a lot of people talking about self-care. I'm doing me.
Well, I don't that term doing me, I don't really say it that way, but I make sure I just look out for whatever is going to keep me in a good, healthy mental state and emotional state so I can just be, good to everybody around me. It just make a difference. I'm telling you, make a difference. You're happier and take care of yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So self-care mode, y'all. That's what I'm into this summer. It's a lot of self-care.
Self-care mode.
Yep.
So how long you gonna be in self-care mode? That mean what that mean? You just
it's
about
just extra.
What self-care mean? You just all about you?
No, it's not all about me. It's about taking care of myself while I'm taking care of everybody around me. See, I can't be good to you if I'm not good to me.
Okay, well do your self-care then.
Bingo.
Get your self-care in, y'all. Listen, y'all share this live. Please share this live. Ooh, I had to burp. I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all are watching on Instagram, I think Instagram shut down within like an hour. So y'all can watch us either on Facebook, on Overflow, the Everyday People Show, or you can check in with our YouTube channel, Overflow, the Everyday People Show, with your boy RL and Jenny. What we got going on today, man? There was a lot going on. This weekend was a busy weekend.
Sure was.
It was a lot going on this weekend. You had 2 holidays in one weekend.
Juneteenth and Father's Day.
Had Juneteenth and Father's Day going on the same weekend, man. That ain't never happened, man, that I can remember. You know what I'm saying? Had that ever happened with two holidays in one weekend?
You know what? I've never paid attention to that.
You never paid attention to it. It'd have been real cool. Some like Juneteenth was Friday, somebody's birthday was Saturday.
Yeah.
And then you had Father's Day Sunday.
Right. Right.
which is a day that we're gonna get into.
I
we're gonna get
and
we're gonna get
it's
into
gonna
the
be
Father's Day,
a good
man.
topic. I think it's a necessary topic, and hopefully everybody will listen in and chime in because I think it's going to be very healing, helpful, and eye opening.
So what did there was there a lot? I saw. I didn't know there was a Juneteenth parade in Atlanta.
Yeah, I saw it on the news.
I still don't think. I don't think we celebrate Juneteenth. Well, I don't think Black people go all in on Juneteenth.
What does that look like for you when
I
you say
mean,
all in?
like fireworks and all this stuff. You
I
know what I'm saying?
got you.
Like they're gonna do 4th of July, like
Okay.
the 4th of July birthday. They're gonna do the 4th. They're gonna do America's birthday when we wasn't fully. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we really weren't citizens in this country. Like I think Black people don't. I don't know what's going on with us, man. It seems like we're having a hard time taking pride in ourselves. You know what I'm
Um.
saying?
Well, too, I think Juneteenth has not been widely acknowledged and understood and celebrated long enough for it to be in full bloom like the 4th of July. Even though it's been around for a while, I just think what since 2022 is when people really started like understanding that it was even a holiday and getting into it and probably just trying to understand, okay, what do we do? You know,
I mean, celebrate you. That's what Juneteenth is.
right,
Juneteenth is about you celebrating you for a change. You know what I'm
right,
saying? We got a day where we celebrate, quote unquote, our independence. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Um,
I just don't think there's been a
July
lot of
the
talk about it.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, I just don't think people are just excited about June. Black people aren't excited about Juneteenth as they are about the 4th of July, and I think it's because we've been like what they call it. We've been indoctrinated so bad. We've been indoctrinated with Western culture,
Yes, I agree.
with other people ways of living
Mhm.
that it's hard to celebrate something that's
It's
about
about
you.
us.
You know what I'm saying? So
But you know what? I find that in relation to that, it's interesting how Cinco de Mayo. Oh my gosh, we celebrate that more than we celebrate Juneteenth.
exactly, we go out and celebrate
Like
Cinco
we
de
go all out the
Mayo.
way for that.
And yeah, people be waiting for Cinco de Mayo. I think they do that pretty because it's Cinco de Mayo is like one of them holidays you just go get, you're gonna get drunk. You know what I'm saying? Cinco de Mayo, but the Cinco de Mayo is pretty much the Mexican culture, Latino culture, that's their Independence Day.
Yes,
Juneteenth is our Independence Day.
right.
And America's Independence Day is the 4th of July, but we've been so indoctrinated with the 4th of July in white culture that
Yeah.
we think it's for us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's been made small and diminished in comparison,
And I'm
and
not saying
so
don't celebrate 4th of July. I mean, if you feel like you got your independence on in 1776, 4th of July, July the 4th, 1776, celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to celebrate it. I mean, you take the day off. I mean, it's Juneteenth is a national holiday. Even though a lot of businesses don't give you the day off, so it don't have the same feel, man. And I hope I hope it blow into something real grand. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I think we can learn from just watching how the 4th has been celebrated. You know, just put things together that showcase who we are, and it can be classy. It don't have to be nothing that we got to be like, oh, there we go. We don't know how to get together and do stuff. I mean, it can be in a way that's um, just shows who we are and our value to the United States. So, underneath the 4th, I guess if that's okay to say. So,
Yeah, I guess it's okay to say. So what else we gonna talk about? So your girl, so your boy Rick Jackson and Keisha Lance Bottom gonna be facing off, man. What you think? What you think they gonna go down? I already seen Keisha. I seen Keisha with some commercials already, and
yeah.
they kind of like the typical commercial. You know what I'm saying? And I think people are I think people are more. It seems like people are more in tune with the
Of course,
dirty tactics. You know what I'm saying?
it's it gets your attention, and depending on who you are, that gets most people's attention. So I don't know. Rick Jackson is. I noticed like one of his commercials. Just they tried to clean it up.
Yeah, that was in
With
the that was a primary commercial, but
yeah, but still,
I'm
it
pretty
was
sure he
fair
finna come
enough.
at I'm pretty sure he about ready to come at Keisha with some hardcore stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rick Jackson is a billionaire, man. He got his money is long. They say he spent how much did they say he spent damn near $250 million just to get the nomination. He spent
That's
over
a
quarter.
lot.
He spent a lot of money just to get the nomination, and he had to spend a lot of money because he had like every time a show go to a commercial, you see a Rick Jackson
Right.
commercial. Rick Jackson, and he billionaire. They understand, man. If you just just embedded in people's head, man, over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And it's how he was able to win the nomination.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Even though the other dude was endorsed by Trump,
right.
but Rick Jackson had that money. His money was long.
Yep, a lot of media exposure, so everybody got to see his face, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. So if y'all tune in, y'all please share this live to a group or to a friend or something like that. Yeah. So I hope Keisha win. I hope Keisha Lance Bottom win. But Rick Jackson and money is long, man. He's gonna come with some dirty commercials, man. That I don't know. It gonna make her look real bad. And I'm surprised I haven't seen one yet. Even though the election ain't to November, Keisha's already doing commercials. She's trying to get ahead of the game, which is good. But Rick Jackson, I know he got them locked and loaded, man. Some nasty, dirty, low down tactics that he gonna do, man. Against Keisha, man. So
we'll see.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
So what about this AI thing? What's going on with this AI, man? A lot of people talk bad about AI, but a lot of people use AI.
Yeah, I mean it's convenient for one.
They slowly sneaking AI into our lives. And I find myself using AI a lot, man. I be talking to my phone.
Yes, you do.
I be having real conversation with my phone, Gemini. Gemini, man, is Gemini. Gemini. He's privy to every and all information, man. That Gemini is privy to all the information. So
this man goes back and forth with
Gemini. Yeah, I go back and forth with Gemini.
Like, it's a good thing it does not have feelings.
And if y'all don't know what Gemini, let me see if I have a conversation live with Gemini. Let me see if I have a conversation live with Gemini.
That thing, you be going off on him.
And I let me ask Gemini. I said, Gemini. What is y'all? So Gemini, what do you think about me? Do you think I'm a good guy, Gemini?
I think you're a great guy. You're creative, family-oriented, and deeply invested in bringing people together through your music, podcasting, and community work.
I said, how you see? He know more. Gemini know about me, man. You know what I'm saying? And I find myself going back and forth with this doggone Gemini AI, man. And the thing about I think Gemini, he learned he over time it learns who you are, and it knows what you're about. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, good thing don't have feelings.
Let me ask something about the show. Gemini, what do you think about Overflow, the Everyday People show live with RL and Jenny?
It is a brilliant concept. You three have a fantastic dynamic that creates an authentic, engaging platform for real conversations and community connection.
So,
oh my goodness.
So do y'all find yourself talking back and forth with the AI?
I don't.
Algorithm?
He does. This guy does, but I don't.
Don't lie now. Don't lie now. You know you use AI.
I use it, but I don't have conversations with it. I pull information. You be cussing Gemini. He had me in tears. I'd be like, again, good thing he don't have the system does not have feelings, because my God. But anyway, no, I think AI is Very convenient. I try not to use it too much because after a while it becomes like a crutch where I'm not thinking for myself like I should. So I try not to use it too much. If there's something that's really deep and serious for me to try to find out, I'll talk and try to find out things to it. But I try to think first and then I'll check it out. And then if it's aligned with what I was thinking, then I know my brain's still working good.
Yeah, they're like me trying to have a trivia contest with Gemini, knowing it knows all the answers. So I try to have a trivia thing with him. So what else going on? What else happened to Saturday? I mean Friday. I mean Sunday. Sunday was Father's Day.
Yes.
Sunday was Father's Day. I want to ask y'all a question, y'all. I got a question because obviously this been on a lot of men's mind. Going around, listen to men talk. What is the deal between Father's Day and Mother's Day? And a lot of men don't. A lot of men actually don't get why Mother's Day is celebrated. A lot of men don't get why Mother's Day is celebrated. Better. I'm not gonna say better, but more intense than Father's Day. Why do you think that is? Why do you think fathers have a hard time being celebrated and like mothers?
Well, this is a touchy subject, but my thought is that women have played more of a stable, committed role in their children's lives, probably. I'm not saying that's the total reason, but that may play a part.
But you're saying it, right?
It may play a part. Because my view is coming from my own experience. My father was celebrated
How you doing, Yvonne?
very. Hello, how are you? My father was celebrated in a big way, probably if the same, if not much, as much more than my mom. Like not more, but it was like there was no like more. It was like they were acknowledged the same, and it was grand. So my personal experience was with my father. I can remember him sitting at the head of a table and is showering him with gifts, cards, acknowledging him. So my personal view is it's dependent maybe on your experience with the relationship you have with your father. Um, as far as like on a wide scale, um, I'm not sure, but I think a lot of it comes from personal experiences.
Yvonne said, "How you doing, Yvonne?" She says, "Cause she said, cause they don't do much as mothers do, and so, but it's Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? So that means it's purpose. So people are not celebrating fathers purposely.
Well,
Is it retribution from fathers? Lack of being in their lives. Is that retribution? So fathers paying for that now. Like even though even though your father probably isn't as present in your life as your mother, is that still a reason not? So are people not celebrating him for that reason?
well, like I said, I think that plays a part, but it's not right in a sense, but it plays a part because, like I said, if a father is not present, and the reason is personal, so a father could not be present because of something that has nothing to do with he's trying to be a negligent dad. Um, Sometimes there are reasons why father may not be celebrated because he just wasn't there because he chose not to be um, for selfish reasons. I mean, that's a reality. I mean, it's a touchy subject, but like I said, because my experience growing up was different. I mean, my father was celebrated in a kingly way, but if a father is not present, it is hard for And like I said, depends on why he's not present.
So what do you?
It's hard for that
what do y'all
family
call?
maybe to do
What do y'all
that.
call present? Like he's just not in the house.
No, I'm gonna read something. I'm gonna read this, and this may help. Okay, um, so I looked it up. So a father's role, it says, is crucial for a child's emotional regulation, cognitive development, and future relationship building, which extends far beyond material provision. A father's presence provides a distinct balance to parenting, teaching their children how to navigate the world safely while fostering independence and resilience. So I I, I think when you let me say this first too. So there was a woman, her name was, I had to write all this stuff down. Her name was Sonora Dodd, and it was back in 1910. She started this Father's Day acknowledgement for her dad personally because of something that had to do with the war he served and stuff like that. And so, long story short, in 1972, under Richard Nixon's presidency, they signed it to make it an official holiday for Father's Day to be a national holiday in the US. So, but she came up with that to honor her father because of what he did. So it was from her perspective of my father was this person. So whatever he did up under all of what she felt so much to say, hey, I want to create this day to honor him is extended to where we are today, where fathers have their day. Um, so again, if a father is not present, and if it's more of men that are not present that are, it looks a certain way, like fathers are not being celebrated,
So,
and I think they
when you
make
say
it worse.
when you say not present, when you mean not in the house,
no,
or just
no.
not in the child in his
Well,
kid's life?
So when I say not present, I can only assume that he is not in the child's life on that level because not being present. I mean, if you're not there, you're not there. Meaning, if you just choose to say, "Hey, I made you, but I ain't trying to stick around to raise you," then to me, that's not present.
Well, there's a lot of men who either you've been divorced or you broke up with the mother, but you still take care of your kids.
Right. So I'm saying
So
a father that's
do you
not there
consider
at
that
all.
not being present
No,
because he's not with the mother no more?
no, I don't see
You know
it
what
that
I'm saying?
way. No.
And I think a lot of that comes from I think a lot of father hate. I'm not gonna say father hate. That's too harsh. I think a lot of the disconnect from fathers come from mothers who feel slighted by the man.
Yeah, of course.
And she talks when he's not around, he don't have a say so. And she can talk bad about him.
Yeah. It's definitely some varying.
Yeah, so I think a lot of that comes from women who lose these men.
Mhm.
When men are not in the house, a woman can play in the kid's head. Like your daddy, he ain't all that.
Right.
He ain't this, he ain't that. Because they upset about the relationship, the breakup of the relationship.
Exactly.
And just because the man is not in the home, don't mean he's not in his child's life.
Right. And I
You know what I'm
agree with that.
saying?
No, I agree with that.
You know, so
it varies, yeah. Because there are relations. So if a relationship doesn't work out between that man and that woman that made a child, the mother has to still, and that's if he wants to be there. Now, just be honest, there's some men who don't want to be there. So we ain't talking about them. But the ones that want to be still a part of their child's life, if the mother is controlling that, where she's getting in her children's ear and he's nowhere around to kind of defend himself, and she blocks or withholds his presence in their life, that's wrong. Like that creates some negative curses or generational type negative things that you just like, no matter what, you should honor your father. But you know, that's not upheld. So it's like,
now the Bible said, honor thy mother and thy father.
absolutely.
And thy
And
days
that's
shall
what
be
I'm
longer.
saying. That's
So
what I'm saying.
if you just honoring your mother, you're not honoring your father. Your days are not going to be longer.
Yeah,
So
you have to honor them both. To me, you have to honor them both no matter what they do.
but fathers are held by conditions. Fathers are held by condition. If he lead a household, if there's a divorce, he's considered he's not celebrated. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to me, I think that it's not the men that are not. It's like different reasons. I think that the men that are in these positions, like you're saying, the relationship is non-existent as far as between him and the woman, but they still have children. I think that the role of a father still is very um important in it, and at 100% of okay, it don't matter that we're not together, but this at the end of the day, it's still your father. That should not stop. Parenting doesn't stop just because the couple is not together anymore. So I fully agree with you, and I think it's wrong if a man is slighted because of the breakup of the relationship. If a man is just like totally just not there at all because he don't want to be, he don't care to be, I think that's where maybe it's some issues where the man is not celebrated. Now, if you had a woman again who's just trying to be dirty because she's upset because they're not together anymore, maybe he did her wrong, and that's her way of paying him back, then that's wrong. And she shouldn't do that because again, parenting is a whole nother relationship as opposed to a couple staying together. So,
I think, and I'm getting this from a lot of men. I mean, and men when men are upset, when it comes to subjects like this, men aren't saying women shouldn't be celebrated as much as them. I think men are saying we would love to be celebrated too. You know what I'm saying?
of course.
Even though we have had our downfall sometimes. Even though we have had our places in our life where we wasn't the best of fathers.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. 'Cause
But
some
we
of
are
yeah,
fathers. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Some of it is youth. Some men have fathered children in their youth and didn't quite know how to be there.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, there's always room for mercy in letting the man grow into that role as he learns. That shouldn't be held against him, especially if he's trying to do it right. And and you made a point about um, sometimes a woman can be upset about the relationship not holding together, so the woman tries to keep the kids to herself, which is wrong. Sometimes, and I know of a situation where the couple ain't together no more, divorced, and because the woman moved on, the man just on purpose was just like, I ain't paying no child support, I ain't doing nothing. And just on purpose stayed out of the picture, like on purpose, because he couldn't take the fact that she had moved on with somebody else. Um, and he truly was what she called a deadbeat dad because he wasn't even trying to be there in person. No financial help, no showing up for graduations, none of that. He just decided because you with somebody else, I ain't trying to be nowhere near.
But
So
I think with Father's
it
Day,
varies.
it hinges on what the mother feel about the father. And
Well,
unless you got adult kids,
yeah.
unless your kids are adults, it hinges on how the mother feel about the father. If he's going to be celebrated, if you got kids like teenagers, and so you got teenage kids, and they depend on, and the mother is a custodial parent,
Mhm.
and the teenage kids are younger. They depending on the mother to. "Now, can you go get my dad something?
Yeah.
I ain't getting that Negro nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's terrible. That's terrible because it shouldn't be that way. It should not. It should not. It shouldn't be that way. And I think here in America, they make so much money off of these holidays anyway. And I think they know that there's that kind of, it's almost like a competition. And if we're talking about it, then then there's a problem. I'm gonna give a little fact here. So it says that Mother's Day spending is estimated over $38 billion, as in contrast to the spending for fathers is 24 to 27.9 billion
Now
dollars.
say that again now.
So spending for Mother's Day is estimated over $38 billion.
38 billion.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
38 billion with a B?
yeah,
38. Hold on,
yeah,
that's a lot of money.
it is a lot of money. You got to keep in mind, one, it's a lot of mothers in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for the fathers, it's estimated 24 to 27.9 billion.
Oh, it's still in the business.
Well, yeah, but it's hot. But the women are still.
Yeah,
that's still a lot more
way
money.
higher. Yeah,
the
a
numbers
lot
are
more.
high, but that's still a lot more money, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It's a lot more.
like I said, men, we deal with things. I don't think men walking around here crying. It would be nice. You know what I'm saying? Let me play this video of a guy. You know, we talk about this in a joking way. You know, I went to the park Sunday, and there was a couple of dudes saying, "Man, they don't never celebrate it like this." You know, and it was in a joking way. Let me play this video.
Father's Day is the worst holiday in the world. I've done the research. I already know. Let me tell you something. Mother's Day is the second most celebrated holiday in the world. Christmas is first. So that means it's Jesus, then your mama. You know what Father's Day fall at? Number 20. I can't think of 18 other holidays. Do you realize Halloween is number 6? That means ghosts and goblins go before fathers? Arbor Day is number 13. I don't even know what that is.
So
I don't either.
I don't know what Arbor Day is either, but it's higher than Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what Arbor's Day is. What is Arbor Day? You know what I'm saying?
No clue. I have to ask your boy, Gemini. Ask your boy.
So yeah, you know, fathers feel somewhat slighted. You know what I'm saying? Not all the way slighted. I think fathers just feel somewhat slighted. Like, it'll be nice to be celebrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was joking with my people this weekend Saturday, like, ain't nobody planning to cook nothing for us. Like, but with Mother's Day, it was like, man, they had the table set. They had tables set up all around. They had them plates on the tables, man. They had big dinner. And Father's Day, crickets. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's almost like
it wasn't 100% crickets.
Yeah, it was crickets on Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? No,
maybe as a big setup, but
no big setup. No big
you
setup
did.
for the fathers. You know what I'm saying? I got acknowledged, but it was.
Well, I personally.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not,
okay.
We're not gonna make this about me and you. Okay. This is a across the board thing.
No,
this
I know.
I know
what you're saying
about how fathers are less celebrated. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I get it, man. I get why mothers are like widely celebrated, because mothers are like that constant. Yeah. Mothers are more constant in your life than fathers, because mothers are the custodial parent. Let's just say that they're the custodial parent. Whenever there's a breakup, the man 9 times out of 10 he leaving the house. 9 times out of 10, if the marriage don't work, if the relationship don't work out, Daddy is the one to leave. And I think that's part of the problem right there. You know what I'm saying? Daddy is the one to leave. And when Daddy leaves, he don't have no say-so in the house. It's almost like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
and also too, hey Bridget.
What's up, Bridget?
Also too, mothers instinctively, innately just have more of a committed stance in their children's lives. And again, there's always exceptions, because I think the men that are good with their children, meaning they're close, they're connected, they're involved, however they need to be, whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, mental, whatever, just spiritual support, whatever. I'm sure it can make those men feel even more like, wow, you know, we're important. Some of us are out here doing it, you know. And again, some men start out where they maybe didn't know how to do it when they were younger, but they evolved into it, and that should be acknowledged. So
that should be, that's it. And I can say I fall up under that category of men. Like, you know, when you're having kids when you're young, yeah. And I don't want to blame my dad, because when you grow up without a father, you kind of like on the job training. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Being a father for me was like on the job training. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of relationship didn't work, then you move to another woman. That relationship didn't work, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and you have no stability because you don't know what they look like. You know, I even made a song about that. We're gonna play that song at the end of the show, called "Regrets." But regrets of a father, back in the days. Well, I'm talking about, in the person that I am now, speaking to the person I was then. You know what I'm saying? So I turned that into a song, but still, your father is your father.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
And you have to honor them regardless. But I find it interesting because I did look some of this stuff up as well. Here in America, we just do things a certain way, as opposed to maybe other places. So, like in South Korea, they bypass single gender like holidays. What they do is they celebrate what they call Parents' Day. So Parents' Day honors both mother and fathers equally at the same time. Now, Muslims in the Muslim world, they often treat parenthood as a daily virtue, believing every day is Mother and Father's Day, which historically negates the need for a single commercialized holiday.
Yeah, and I understand.
So that's our problem.
Yeah.
Everything got to be separate. So it creates competition. It creates a lot of division. And if you have a Parents' Day, that signifies more family, which could send a signal or subliminal message that it pays to stay together. If you are with the right person. And I have to be careful with saying that because sometimes people make children and they aren't necessarily, meant to, I guess, stay together. They can't for whatever reason.
I don't think people get with people just to break up. You know what I'm saying?
Right, of course.
It's just stuff happen.
Exactly,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But stuff happen. I mean, the divorce. I'm not championing divorce. I'm just saying sometimes divorce happens. Sometimes breakups happen. You 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be with the woman you started out with. When you leave when you graduate from high school or college, the first woman you be with, a lot of times you're not going to be with that woman for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, we have kids at an early age by women who we're not going to unfortunately we're not with now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but when you leave that household, you're not a voice in that house. You're not a voice in the house no more. And the mother, unfortunately, she don't see you the same way no more. And the kids feed off the mother. Sometimes the way she feel about you, and you're not a figure in that house no more that, you know what I'm saying, that kids look up to. You know what I'm saying? Mother, let's say mother's baby, papa maybe. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where they get it from, but you know what I'm saying? It's like we're not crying about not being celebrated as vigorously like mothers. We're just saying, look, just, you know what I'm saying, take your brother out to dinner. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of fathers are celebrated.
If I got 5 kids, y'all can get together and you take me out to dinner. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of fathers are celebrated. I will say this. Let's talk about the commercialized piece. You will not see a lot of commercials about it. You go to the store, the section for Father's Day cards is like small. So what are they doing?
And Walmart skipped Father's Day and already started stocking for 4th of July. So
is that our fault? So let me ask this: is that our fault? And when I say our, I mean people. Is that women's fault?
I'm not saying this.
No. I'm just talking commercial wise. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, commercial wise, they already know. See, the thing about commercial, they know they're not going to make a lot of money on father stuff. Because fathers are not celebrated. And they know people ain't coming in the store looking for Father Day gifts and stuff like that.
So you think the people are driving
socks.
that?
They might stock the socks up and drawers up, but they're not.
Okay. Do you think that the people drive what they put out? The demand for it or the lack of, demand for
No, yeah, the lack of demand what drives these companies, like, are we gonna stock it or not?
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
If people not buying it, why are we stocking it? They're not buying things for fathers. If they're not buying a lot of gifts for Father's Day, why are we stocking our stores on this? But for Mother's Day, they're gonna stock it with all these the perfume.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna stock the store with perfume.
Yeah.
Perfume and they got flowers everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The jewelry store, restaurants are packed.
Reservations packed. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of you know what I'm saying? Restaurants are packed. You know what I'm saying? So we already know that y'all gonna be celebrating more. And I'm saying women are. I'm not saying women are less than men. I'm just saying we have some value. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I'm not saying we are greater than women. Let that not be clear. Let me make that clear. I'm not saying men should be celebrated better than women. I'm just saying we have some value.
Absolutely.
We have some value. It's one day. Come on now, one day.
Absolutely. And like I said, regardless of my experience or not, I just know it can be whatever you make it. We celebrated my dad like royally. So
even on social media, I didn't see a lot of father posts like shout out to dad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But Mother's Day is, and I'm not again, y'all, I'm not complaining, but I'm getting this from a lot of brothers that I come in contact with. You know, we jokingly talk about this in our own circle. We jokingly talk about this, but if it's a joke, they say some truth behind every joke.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Because that's how they feel.
Yeah.
And it's just masked with some humor. But let me ask you this. So just judging from everything that you've seen, what we're talking about, like what do you think is the main reason why fathers are not celebrated equally? Because it's not about trying to top one over the other, but why do you think it's not
like celebrated? I think it's about the mother has a dominant presence in a child's life. That's ugly. The mother has a dominant presence in a child's life because she's the custodial parent. If it don't work out with the dad, he gone. He got to go. You know what I'm saying? He'll get some visitation right on weekend, but if the relationship don't work out, he can't say, me and my children leaving. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not laughing, but you know what? I'm laughing because mentally I'm trying to picture that because it normally don't play out like that.
It don't play out like that
unless
because
the mother is not a fit mother to some level.
See, does it have to be? She had to be unfit for the man to get custody?
I'm saying
why it had to be that way?
I'm
though?
saying no. What I'm saying
that's
is
not saying
that's
she's
the reason.
Unfit.
Typically, if the mother does not have custody of the children, it usually is based on that. I'm not saying that makes it okay, but I think mothers just have a certain bond with their children that it's like.
I think society innately think the woman is a better caregiver to a child. That's why when you break up the dude, he don't need you fighting for custody for these children because you know you ain't gonna get custody of these children unless this lady is that crazy. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this: and this is what I wish we maybe like when you get with your friends and stuff, you talk to them like, what is their memory of their growing up?
If y'all tuned in, y'all answer this question that we got posted. Should fathers be celebrated the way mothers are being celebrated, and why aren't they? Why aren't they being celebrated that way? Y'all post in the comment section. Come on, y'all join in. Now this is the Everyday People Show. This is y'all show. Get with it.
Okay.
So go ahead.
So this is what I'm curious about, because as a woman listening to you, and you shared some things that you've seen, which I have some sympathy.
She said no. Bridget Grimes say no. Bridget, come on now you got to tell me why. See, that's why I put a 2-part question on them. Now you got to tell me why. See, now you're gonna see why.
But out of curiosity, like the conversations with you when you have with your friends, could the question be asked, who was there in their life more, their mother or their father?
But see, that ain't what.
No, I'm just asking.
I think quite naturally, if you're from the hood, your mom will be there. You know, especially if you're from the hood.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what children know.
But see, listen,
and they grow into adults.
Father, they don't say just for fathers who stayed in the house 24/7 with you all your life.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying? That's Father's Day is Father's. Father's Day is for your father. Celebrate your father, regardless to him being the custodial parent or not. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It don't say celebrate the person who you see the most. You know what I'm saying?
So again, there are exceptions. Like I say, some fathers are not there because the relationship didn't last. And that's okay if he is still in the child's life or the children's lives, whether it's visitation, he come pick them up, take them to their games, whatever the involvement is in how they spend their time, it should still be honored. I think you have the pieces where you got fathers that are just not there at all. They don't want to be there. So it's so difficult for children to go out and buy cards and be like, "Oh, thank you, Dad, for being here. You was always there." They don't resonate with that. Or you know what I'm saying? So there's variations. So it in their heart, they should still honor their father. Should still respect them. But I think everybody's experience creates this lack of demand for all this Father's Day.
Let me say
stuff.
this. I probably know more women who don't want to be in their children's life than men.
Oh wow.
And now you got to understand when I say want to be. A lot of men want to be in their children's life, and they're just not allowed to do it. They're
See,
not
that's wrong,
allowed.
though.
They're not allowed to because of
And
the
that's
breakup.
wrong. And
Because
that's
a
wrong.
lot of women, when you break up with a woman, she poisons that children. She poisons that kid mind, and the kid grow up with a mindset that mama gave them of you. You know what I mean?
And it's wrong. I think that any woman that does that on purpose is being selfish, because a woman should never deny a father the right to still have a close walk with their children, even if the relationship ended on bad terms. It shouldn't still take away from the fact that he's still a father. That doesn't go away. It's just variations. I think there may be more experiences where the father just don't want to be there. And then some, like I said, want to be there. The mother withholds, don't want him to be a part because she's trying to hurt him, you know, maybe for him hurting her, whatever. But a father should still be honored. And I think it's easier when the father has been there. A child can't honor what they don't know.
Let me read Bridget's Grime comment. She said, because you guys are not gonna do what we do with our babies. Whether your father was in your life, you still need to celebrate them, because if it's not for the mother and father,
Yep.
they will not be here. They will not be here.
Yep.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, but because you guys are not gonna do what we do with our babies. So what are y'all gonna do with y'all babies? You know what I'm saying? They are babies too, there. You know what I'm saying?
It's just, it's like I said, it's a very sensitive, touchy subject because everybody's experience is different. And you can't negate any parts of it. You can't negate women withholding, withholding the children from the father out of spite. You can't negate fathers who just say, I don't want to be around. Bye. I don't want to be with the mother. I don't want to be nowhere near the children. Forget them. It's real. It's a lot of variations. It's a lot of situations. So
She say we do a lot, y'all run the streets. Yeah, but we still the father. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to tell you. And you know what, Bridget? I wrote about that in my song. I'm gonna play my song at the end of this. At the end of the show, I'm gonna play my song. While I wrote a song called "Regrets of a Father." It ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, do we run the street or y'all push us in the street?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But I'm not. This is another story. That's another.
that's a
That's
whole
another
topic for another day.
Yeah, but so I wrote about that. I'm gonna play my song. It's streaming on all platforms called "Regrets of a Father." Where I candidly talked about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm at a part of my life where I can openly talk about this stuff, and I just do it in a song form. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of men need to start opening up more about this, about growing up. You know, and a lot it's because a lot of us grew up without father.
See, okay, and I'm glad you said, and it's a great song, y'all. I love it. This is where I want to kind of go with it a little bit. You made a point, and I know you said it jokingly, and this is a whole nother subject. But see, we got to stop. We got to stop pointing fingers and blaming. So, we can say, is this person's fault? But everybody have to take responsibility for their personal situation. And I think on a whole, we have to know that it's probably more of this than that, which is why it's not celebrated as much. So that can be changed. I think the demand for these Father's Day things
we know
be higher.
In our heart, we know why we're not celebrated as much.
So,
but because mothers are more constant in a child's life. We here's the thing. We know why we're not celebrated, but we just still want to be celebrated now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're being persecuted for the past, our past actions. Like Bridget said, we ran the street. You know what I'm saying? We ran the street. In a lot of our cases, we didn't know how to be fathers. That's why we ran the street. We didn't know how to be fathers at the age in our 20s, and you know what I'm saying? We didn't learn how to be fathers until we got into our like 40s and stuff like that. And by then, our kids are grown up. You know, they've you know what I'm saying? And the mothers have said things, you know what I'm saying, about the fathers and all that.
So it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, that is the mother's fault. No, I'm serious. Like, I'm not trying to be.
Let me read the comment.
Advocate.
My homie, Reed John, what's going on, Reed? Reed say they carried a child for 9 months, so the bond is different. And that's what I told. That's what I told a guy. I say we went in for 9 minutes, and they carried for 9. Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Quenisha Meadowbrook, appreciate y'all for the comments, y'all. Share this live if y'all want to. Y'all, please, we asking y'all to share this live. Yeah, but that is what Reed Jones said. It's the same thing that I told a guy who said, man, he was complaining he can't shoot the park. You know, we all the men, that's why we hang at the park, because we all we got. A lot of time, we all we got. And we just get together and we celebrate each other then. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand the difference between the mother and the father. But you know what I'm saying?
So, and you're right. And I agree with so much of the sentiment of how y'all feel amongst each other. So again, let me ask you this. Do you think that it's a lot of finger pointing and blame? Because it's like there are different reasons why. And the mother is, and I don't agree that just because the mother, and I don't agree with this, and I'm a mother, so, and I had a mother, of course. I had a father who was there from my birth up until he died. So what I'm getting ready to say is, should it be this blame game or comparison, and or should it be this thing where, oh, obviously mothers should, because they're always going to be there? I think it has a lot to do with some type of personal accountability and personal experience, which shapes how you move when you get older, which you're not to blame. Again, you have fathers that didn't have the right upbringing. And I say right, I'm not saying like they were brought up wrong by the single mother. I'm saying they don't have that balance of mom and dad in the house. Okay, so they don't have that. They don't know how to be a father. So when they start having children, they don't have anything to pattern after. So they have to try to figure it out. And in that process of trying to figure it out, mistakes are made. You know, you have your regrets, and then as you evolve, you learn how to be a better father, even if it takes until they get grown almost. But what I'm saying is that a mother, just because she's the mother, doesn't mean she should be celebrated more. And I say this because when I was growing up, my father, I just distinctly remember.
The women finna come out to you.
No, they're not. And you ain't finna start no mess, because it ain't about women coming for me. Because I'm saying something that's positive. This is about people taking responsibility.
That was a joke.
I know, but I'm finna put it out there, because I think we have to be responsible for our own actions and responsible for how we move with our children, no matter what background you have. So I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. A father can be celebrated. You know what I'm saying? And when I say the same, because he's a leader. If he's a leader over his family, and he's and you know what I'm saying, and he's present for his children, I mean, not necessarily he should be higher, but it should be equal, because he plays a part in getting the child here. And if he's present, why not? Like I said, my dad was present, and I can just remember us. He'd sit at a table. It just, it was like very kingly. Like all these gifts would be on the table for him. We all just stand around and watch him open the gifts. Be like, "Happy Father's Day." I mean, he was just treated like royalty. So I just
But
think,
see, you had a different, like I said, you had a different upbringing.
Yeah.
You grew up in a household with a mother and a father.
I know,
but I don't. Most people I know didn't
I
have
know,
that.
but I said that to say this. I said that to say this, that it's not so much about because the mother carried the child for 9 months. We do have a bond that's different from what a
Yeah,
father
absolutely,
has.
absolutely.
But I'm saying that doesn't necessarily make it where she has to be celebrated more. I think we as mothers have been there more across the board in a lot of situations, even though there are different varying situations. A lot of times the father's not there. Some of them, for whatever reason. I don't even want to go into all the different reasons, but some men are not present. And so children may grow up with this not so much of a sense of honoring their father. Doesn't mean that they don't love them, but the attention on, oh, let me honor dad is not probably going to be as great as it is for their mother. So that's all I'm saying.
I think a lot of times when people say the father's not in the child life, they talking about he's not in the household with them.
No, I don't agree with
And I think that's what it is. I
don't agree with that.
I think
that.
say like if you got say like
I don't agree
six,
with that.
I'm gonna talk about my situation. I had like let's say you got 3 baby mamas. I mean, you're gonna be with one of them or not. You ain't gonna be with all 3 baby mamas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm just talking about my situation growing up when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I know now. I didn't know then what I know now. What is it all about to be a father? So should a father who had my upbringing, who have my same, who think the way I do think now, should we still be punished for what we didn't know then? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not. I mean, I just think parents are they're people who made a child. Whatever your past is, a person deserves to have an opportunity if they really want to. Because I don't like the finger pointing and the blaming, because we may not have the same type experiences, but I would say to finger point and blame like whose fault it is. I mean, if that's the case, then
Bridget says she on my side.
I ain't here to play games. I don't play games, so I ain't on no side. I'm just giving you my opinion, and I'm gonna hold to my opinion and strongly hold to it. It's just a thing for me. It's like I know what I experienced growing up, and my father wasn't perfect, but I still remember celebrating him. And yes, mothers are going to be celebrated at all times because mothers do have a special bond with their children. What I'm saying is that when you have fathers that have not been in a position to, for whatever reason, to be present for their child, it is very hard to make it a bigger thing than what it is for fathers to be celebrated. I mean, it shows itself.
A lot of men I know have a better relationship with their kids as their kid became adults.
Yeah, absolutely.
Than when their kids was children. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why that is. You know why men, when they get older, they have better relationship with the adult child, because the child is not under the influence of the mother.
Yeah. Well,
they can see, and I think a lot of men don't like to talk about it, but if men would just be open and honest with their adult children.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You can have that closeness, and I don't understand.
And I'm not saying blame the mother.
Right.
I'm saying take responsibility too.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
This is my thing.
The song that I wrote is I wrote a song from my perspective, taking responsibility for my actions.
Of course,
as a father, you know what I'm saying?
And that's how it should be. So I don't understand why my opinion is so wrong, because I'm agreeing that fathers should be celebrated, and I think there are varying situations where men are not celebrated, and I don't agree with women who put their children in a place where they withhold them from their fathers because the father is not with the mother anymore. My opinion is not about being right or wrong. I just think it makes sense. If you celebrate your dad on a level that's based on how you have related to him, then that's what it is for you. It's not about trying to say one is better than the other. I just think it's a reason why it is, or you wouldn't ask a question, or we wouldn't even be doing this show if it wasn't for a reason for it being this way. So my opinion is not about being right or wrong. It's understanding why things are the way they are. So
And Britta say, and that's why I said it's not finger pointing. Some kids are raised up in the household with their father without their father.
Right.
So they know what mom do and what daddy is not doing.
Right. So when I say finger pointing, what I'm saying, it shouldn't be, well, it's the mom's fault because she's talking about the dad. It's the dad's fault.
But some women do that.
I know that.
A lot of women do that. When you break up with these women.
No. What I'm saying is it shouldn't be because then now we go back because I'm not. So when I say it shouldn't be finger pointing, and y'all hear me well, because I ain't about trying to finger point, or I wouldn't be saying this. What I'm saying is, if you finger point, then we can start pointing to the man saying, well, he ain't there. He ain't there. I mean, it is what it is. Some men don't show up for their children because they don't want to be. They busy trying to do what they want to do for themselves. And then they may later figure it out. And then some don't ever figure it out. So what I'm saying is that it shouldn't be a finger pointing. It should be, you got a mother, you got a father. If you are a mother and you're not with the dad anymore, you should still respect him. Have your children have a sense of respect for him, even if he is not with you anymore. I mean, I could give my own personal experience past what I grew up in, but I'm not going to put my family in that out there like that. But what I will say is that I know that it is wrong for a mother to talk bad about her children's father. If she's not with me anymore, that is wrong all day long. You're supposed to teach your children to respect and honor their dad, regardless if the relationship didn't work out or not. Even if he hurt you, you still have a sense of respect for him that you teach your children so that they know, hey, me and him didn't work out, but that's still your father at the end of the day. So I think if you started out not getting it all right and you evolve to a better father, as far as your presence and knowing how to, then that should be acknowledged. So I just think it's silly to finger point. I mean, either you have a love for, your children's father in that regards, or you don't. I mean, you don't have to love the person based on because they still with you or not. You teach your children how to love their father, period.
You mean you should, but
okay, but so if women don't do that, shame on the women. So now I'll say that, and shame on the fathers that just are selfish and don't want to.
A woman scorned would do anything to discredit a man.
Well, I don't know that, Walt. I don't know that, Walt.
Jen, you got women fighting to
I
keep
know that.
men from having visitation right.
Baby, I know that. I've had to talk to a woman to tell her she shouldn't be that way. I know that.
If a man had to fight to get visitation right, that means he wants to see that child. So why are you fighting this man to get visitation right? You know what I mean?
I tell a woman anything.
That tells you right there that women are speaking down on men when the man leaves.
And you know what? That's sad. It shouldn't be that way.
And that builds something in the child's head against that father.
No, you're right, and it's wrong. And you know what? I am gonna put myself out there. So I'm a mother, got 3 children. I'm not with their dad anymore. I have all my children by the same man that I was married to. And you know what? I told my children, respect your father, love him, spend time with him. When you get older, you go from there of how you want to do your relationship with him. So I'm not that type of person to walk that. So I can say with conviction that a woman is wrong if she does that because I didn't do it. I know that there's a difference between somebody trying to be that way to be spiteful or it's just because circumstances, he's just not there because he's locked up or something like that. My thing is that if you're a parent, you're a parent. That has nothing to do with being married. That has nothing to do with having some type of love relationship. If you're not with the father anymore, you let them still have a relationship that is built, especially if he still wants to be a part, whether he's moved on or not, or whether you moved on or not. So I just don't think it's necessary to try to make a big deal about whether it's this level or that level. It's just, I think the levels are created because it's been so many situations where the father hasn't been there. And so whatever the reason is.
And you know what I think, especially black men, I think our biggest hang up is we're not forgiving. I think it's more of a forgiving thing for black men because we understand that black women, especially black women, are the engine of the community. I wrote a song about Sister Girl, talking about black women, what y'all mean to us, and how much I respect y'all, and how much y'all should be respected for carrying the load for so long. And men, black men, we know we ain't been the best fathers in the world, and because of a lot of circumstances that we go through, you know what I'm saying, the breakup in relationships, we're already under attack by our counterparts. So to even not even be in the household, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we got a lot working against us. Mm-hmm. And I'm not making excuses, but what I'm trying to say is we know that women are the backbone of their kids. You know what I'm saying? And it should be equally
I agree,
shared thing.
I agree.
But unfortunately,
I agree.
It hasn't been that way because of circumstances, like a lot of circumstances like laws and stuff like that to keep the man from his house. You know what I'm saying? And then we got our regular frustrations that we have. You know what I'm saying? And we're not perfect people.
No, I totally agree.
But men, when you mature as a man, we're saying mature men now. Like I'm a mature man now. Did something I did in my 20s still should be held against me? Like
no.
And like I said, in my song that I wrote, I dropped a song, y'all, called "Regrets of a Father," and that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about it. I'm not pointing the finger at no woman, even though that it was you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not there, she gonna give her part of the story. It's two sides of the story.
Absolutely.
And our story is not being heard.
And that's where it's not okay.
And we don't want to tell our story because we're not whiners. We're not a whining. We're not created to be that type of person. We leave that to women to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
and we talk amongst ourselves in our own support groups about our feelings toward like a Father Day or something like that. We're not sitting around, they celebrating us. We're not crying, we're not out crying like that. We're just saying, listen, it'll be nice. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree.
It'll be nice to be.
I totally agree.
It'll be nice to be recognized sometime. You know what I'm saying?
Totally agree.
We're not, y'all celebrating, the ladies ain't celebrating us. No, we actually joking about it. We making jokes about it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I played in the thing. It's when we talk about it, it's in the joking form. But like I say, every joke has truth behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And you can go on social media now. You'll see men after men after men saying the same thing, and they're saying it in a joking way because that's how we deal with it. We don't want to come off as complaining.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Y'all have feelings and y'all have thoughts. And y'all are going to express it amongst each other. And it's okay to say it to us. And like I said, celebrating parents is really to me, the mindset that I think, because it takes two to make a child. And regardless of whether the father is in the house or not, he should be recognized. And again, there are variations as to why some fathers particularly are not celebrated because they have chosen not to be there. Let's be realistic. There are some men that do some crappy things and they hurt their families. They hurt their families, and maybe that is why. I'm not saying it shouldn't be forgiven. I'm not saying that, because like I said, my father wasn't perfect, and I came from a marriage where it ended, and I didn't remain with my ex-husband, but my 3 children, they were never poisoned about, oh, don't talk to your dad. They still had a very close relationship and still do. So I just think that every situation is different. And I think on a wide scale, it's been more negative, and that's why, regardless of whose fault it is, it's been more, because that can create like a whole nother like layer to the topic. But I think that is why fathers are not celebrated as much, because the demand for the things that we buy is not out there, because people are not going out there buying excess cards. They're not going out there buying excess balloons. So they're not putting it out there. And so it's like, in order for that to increase, I guess we need to start buying it up. And then maybe they'll see, oh, they are celebrating fathers more. But it's a reason for that. And again, it's about personal situations. And I, at the end of the day, feel like fathers should be celebrated equally, because even though women are more stable and more committed in some ways because of situations, and there's a different bond, it's been understood between mothers with their children as opposed to fathers. The fathers still play an important role, and respect should be given even if the father is not in the house, especially if he wants to come visit, especially if he wants to take the boys and the girls to their different events and take them to the park, and just do the things that parents or fathers can do with their children. So I think we dictate what they sell. But if there's not a high demand for it, then so be it. It's not going to be in excess on the shelves. That's how I see it.
Yeah, it's had the band. So listen, y'all. This is just a healthy conversation, y'all. Listen,
Very healthy, because I think so many thoughts are valid. I think so many thoughts are valid, and I have different experiences, like I say, for my own child, and even like I can speak on it because I've been on both sides, but I've been on the side where my heart as a woman was, you honor your father. At the end of the day, I might not be with your dad anymore, but still have a relationship with him. It's been that for me. So I've never had hatred. Like, I mean, if it didn't work out, the relationship didn't work out, it didn't work out, but that had nothing to do with them. So I don't agree with a woman doing that.
One thing I can say I've never spoke ill about one of my baby's mama. I've never spoke ill to my kids about my side of the story. You know what I'm saying? Because there's two sides of the story. If I'm not with her, there's a reason why we're not together.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, they probably just know her side. They just know her side of the story. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're not interested in hearing my thoughts on why we're not together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm not interested in telling them, because I think you love and you live and you move on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You move on, man, with your life. You know what I'm saying? But I know there's been things said about me that has, I'm not going to say poison their mind, giving them a thought. I know there's been things said about me. You know what I'm saying? I've heard some, I've been in court and I heard some things, you know what I'm saying? I've heard some things said, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard some things said, and I know this happens when you're not with that mother anymore. They get in that child head because they want to hurt. They feel like it's gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, that's and the thing is those are perspectives. Those are people's thoughts. Those are and at the end of the day, this is how I look at life. If you have a heart that God tell you're supposed to have, you honor your mother and your father, and you teach your children to honor their father. Period. As the woman, and I'm big on that because I taught my children that. So I think this whole Father's Day thing is the feelings that y'all have as men are valid. I think it can maybe give a sense of like, well, what can we do to make it where we are honored more? Not that it's about the things, but it's about the spirit of it. It's not even about, oh, I want you to take me out to dinner. I think it's more of a level of like, how do y'all see us? Are we even
We ain't,
valid? You know what I'm saying?
we're not, y'all. We're not asking for a parade or nothing like
Right.
that.
No,
You
that's
know
what I'm
saying?
saying. It's acknowledgement. I think people need to feel valued with acknowledgement. You know your own self-worth. If nobody ever
Let me
tells
tell you
you,
something about
you just know.
It don't take a lot to please a man.
I know.
When it comes to stuff like that, like give a man, it's something very subtle
I know.
or make him feel like, God, man, y'all did this for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so y'all want me, ladies, y'all want me to tell y'all stuff y'all can do next year. You know what I'm saying?
They might need to know. So you might want to put it out there. You know, women, we like the gifts. And even depending on the woman, you know, she may not want a lot of things, but I think it's just the pureness of just saying, hey, I appreciate you. You've done a great job. I see what you're doing. I value you. I see you. And I think it's just it encourages a person and it makes them want to do more. It to me, that's what I think. It just makes you want to do more. If somebody never acknowledges you or they never, you know, give you your flowers while you're here, then you don't, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, what am I here for? What's the point? Why am I here? You know what I'm saying? It's not that you need material things.
That's what I'm saying. And that's kind of like what I'm saying.
I know that's what it is.
Men we ain't crying. We just, you know, we would love to be recognized sometime. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna hurt nobody. Coach Ben, what's going on, man? Yeah, it's no big deal. It's a big deal, but there's no crying in baseball. You know what I'm saying? There's no crying in baseball. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what movie that comes from. There's no crying in baseball. We're not crying. We just, hey, come on, hey, little something, little something. Just a little bit. Don't overdo it. Just a little something. You know what I'm saying? That cook me a little dinner or something. Give me a day off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just a little something.
Oh
She said, "Can we play the song already?"
We gonna get to it.
Yeah, we gonna get you the song, y'all. We got to get you Jen's quote of the week. Then we gonna get to the song that I'm talking about. That song that I wrote to my kids called "Regrets of a Father." And it took a lot for me, man, to just be.
I love it.
I've learned to be just honest in what I'm doing, man. I don't want to. When I leave this earth, I want to be done said everything I need to say to people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to leave this earth with no regrets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, so we gonna get to Jen's quote of the week, and then we gonna get into my new song that I dropped. I dropped two. Matter of fact, I dropped two songs this weekend. Hold On, My Brother, and Regrets of a Father. But we're going to get into Jen's quote of the week, y'all. Let me play. Jen got a theme song. So we're going to get into the quote of the week. And then we're going to play the song to take us out. Let's get into the quote of the week. From the heart of the people, let the spirit flow. Higher motivation everywhere we go. Jenny's got the word. Keeping faith inside, a little bit of heaven to make your week right. Let the cup run over, let the truth speak. It's time for overflow. And Jenny's quote of the week. I'm running my mouth, y'all. Let me unmute first. Jenny's quote of the week reads.
All right, y'all. So the quote of the week is, knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens. So when it comes down to knowledge, it's a lot out there. If you get on social media, even on this platform, it's a lot of people talking about a lot of things. You can look up anything and you can find out a lot of stuff about anything. But wisdom is something that comes from experience, and wisdom listens. Knowledge, do this all day long. You can talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. But wisdom is something that comes from experience, and you can hear better when it's wisdom. And that is the quote of the week.
So what you say? So what you say? I have knowledge of wisdom. I have more knowledge or more wisdom.
You
What
got both. Come on.
How you
now.
just saying? You just trying
You
to make me feel
do.
good.
Me and you have too many conversations. You're a wise man.
I'm a wise man.
Yeah, you are.
Then. Yay. You know how to say the right thing sometimes.
It's
You
true,
know
though.
that.
It's true.
All right, y'all. We go. You ain't got nothing to say about that. That was a short thing.
Because it's something to think about. I think it's a lot of conversations in the world. People talk and they talk and they talk, but wisdom listens. And experience is how wisdom is created. People gotta listen. Listen.
Experience is a good teacher.
Amen.
All right, y'all. Listen, y'all. Listen. We really appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Really, all of the comments, man. We really appreciate y'all for, sharing if you shared, commenting if you commented. We really love you guys, man. Listen,
love y'all. Appreciate your comments.
appreciate y'all comments.
All
Bridget,
of them. Every last one of them.
Bridget say, Robert, she's a teacher, so play the song.
All right, Bridget. I still love you, girl.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all self a hand, man. Give y'all self a hand. Listen, man. Like I say, we really do appreciate y'all, man. We thank y'all and we love y'all. And tell them, Jen.
Ain't nothing y'all can do about
Ain't
it.
nothing y'all can do about it. We're gonna play the song, man, and we out of here, man. Hope y'all enjoy it. Hope y'all share the song. Make sure you share the song. All right, y'all. Let me see how I'm gonna do this.
I see you all grown now, standing tall on your own, building lives and families from seeds you sown. I miss so much, chasing shadows in the streets, trying to fix a broken man I can never be. Thought providing meant money and pride, when all you needed was me by your side. I'll trade every dollar, every ladder I climbed, every street I went down, trying to quiet my mind just to go back and press rewind. Hey, to hold you through fever, the tears and the games, not just a voice who just knew your name from a phone line miles away. I'm sorry for the man I wasn't back in the days. I built other men's dream while I slipped downstream. Set my life between the job and the wrong side scenes. You didn't need money or a house on a hill. You needed a father who can sit and be still, yeah. I was steady wasting my days, a ghost in your past. Missing the moment that should have been ours. So still you call me dad, with days I never had. You say it's all fine, but I'm drowning inside. Trying to rewrite the footprints I left behind. Of your shirt. Don't tell him you're tired or that your head hurt. Be the hero that I wasn't there, shelter and shade. Don't let the childhood be the price that is paid. Success don't make a man. What matters is the touch of the hand. Every ladder I climbed, every street I ran down, trying to quiet my mind, to go back and press free. who barely knew your name from a phone line miles away. I'm sorry for the man I wasn't back in the days. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for the man I was.